Hello, this is your Master GongSun. Welcome to all my wonderful subscribers and devout disciples, students and viewers. A big hearty welcome. Today we will continue our discussion of the Taoist meditation compilation, the first part, the Cultivation of Realization, compiled and translated by Thomas Cleary. In today's episode, we discuss discipline. Let's begin. Human beings have always acted on emotions and desires. This habit is so deep-seated that if they seek clarity and calm one day, this is not easy to achieve. Therefore, it is necessary to keep discipline first. Isn't that true? Who here has acted or done something rash because you were angry or jealous or fearful, right? And come on, let's admit it, we all have, including yours truly, including myself, right? But then after you think back on it and you think, why the hell did I do that? That was not smart. Not only did I lose a lot of face, did I embarrass myself by acting out like a petulant child, I also made the situation worse. So this is something that we have to do. We have to control our emotions, or else our emotions will control us. And that makes us no different from the animals, right? Dogs and cats, right? They act out when they're afraid, when they're cornered, right? They act based purely on emotion, right? And decision based on emotions are not really rational decisions, but just instinct, right? And instinct may or may not be helpful. Okay, let us continue. Keeping a discipline means purifying thought, word, and deed. Not killing, not stealing, and not being promiscuous purify your action. Not lying, not embellishing speech, not speaking hypocritically, and not speaking viciously purify your word. Getting rid of greed, anger, and false thought purifies your thought. Now, this is very much like the Noble Eightfold Path of Buddhism, right? Where there are certain things that we simply cannot do because they will impede our way to enlightenment. Okay, let's continue. When you avoid everything improper in looking and listening, in speech and in action, this is the consummation of discipline. Overcoming hostility and desire is the origin of discipline. Now, I know that's easier said than done, but there's always ways we can do it. Just remember that what temporary respite or reprieve or relief or pleasure you might get from something done out of anger, right? I mean, let's say you're having an argument with your wife and you accidentally call her fat. I mean, what momentary relief there is, or rather release, right, from releasing that pent-up frustration, right? That's going to bite you in the ass later on, right? Your wife will never see you the same again if you call her fat, right? So overcoming such desire is the origin of discipline. Now, Confucius said a cultivated person has 3 disciplines. He means that we have an attitude of disciplined caution, and we never act under the compulsion of blood energy. So in other words, don't act out of anger. The Shurangama Sutra says concentrating the mind is a discipline. Stability comes from discipline. Insight comes from stability, right? Because if you're stable, then you can control yourself better. And therefore, you can see more, your insights. You'll be more insightful. You can see the world clearly. All right, so I know this is easier said than done. My advice would be to never react. Whatever your first instinct is, it is almost always wrong. Don't react when someone tries to goad you. Just don't react, and then you think of how best to respond with the outcome of getting what you want, or at least not losing face. Right? Losing face in any culture is bad, especially in Chinese culture, but losing face just means being embarrassed. And that's in every culture, really. All right, this has been your Master GongSun. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao.